Hey everybody, Joe Joseph here for thedailysheeple.com, and this is your news shot. So let's go to the Washington Examiner. They ask a very valid question. Are robot cops the future of efficient, bias-free policing? I don't know. What do you think? Comments below. It says the era of police hiding behind bushes and catching drivers who exceed 30 miles per hour over the speed limit may be coming to an end. In years, the young officer with that quota could be replaced by the robotic cop car. Unsympathetic to excuses and invulnerable to filtration, or flirtation, should I say. The robot will flash its lights to pull you over, scan your driver's license, decide whether to issue a warning or a ticket, and inform you of its decision before letting you drive off. This concept is part of the Ford patent that I talked about the other day. And very interestingly enough, these cars would have AI that is capable of not just enforcement, but to find good hiding spots to actually catch violators of traffic laws. Imagine that. A car that's smart enough to hide itself. Now, it's unclear how long it's going to take to develop it, but I got to think that with how successful Elon Musk, Google, Uber, and others have been with regards to driverless cars. Yeah, they're not flawless, but my God, are they making progress fast. That this is going to be here sooner rather than later. Think about this also from a municipal standpoint. Police officers cost the cities a lot of money. And these cities and states are finding themselves in more of a position that they can't afford the long-term costs associated with retirement, like your pensions and the health care after, when they get old. You got a lot of retired cops out there now drawing on payrolls to join teachers. All of these municipal positions are going to be eliminated, and eliminated sooner rather than later. Your beat cops, gone. Your teachers, gone. What do you need teachers for? I mean, don't get me wrong. I have nothing against teachers. Good for you for wanting to engage children. That's fine. But I will tell you that you are on the chopping block. Why? Because you cost municipalities and taxpayers a lot of money, especially on the back end. So while you put in a lot of time and while you are entitled to that pension, eventually, these unfunded liabilities are going to become so much that states like Connecticut, with Hartford leading the way to bankruptcy, is just an example. You've got Chicago, the state of Illinois, in a horrible state of affairs fiscally. You've got Maryland and specifically Baltimore. Horrible situation there. Los Angeles, California, horrible situation there. They are not only unsustainable, they've been unsustainable, but you're talking about crisis level funding issues in the near future with regard to retirements. And a lot of people have bet, basically, they're depending on that money to be there because it was promised to them when they decided to become what they became. Teachers, cops, firefighters. It doesn't matter. Fact is, AI is much more cheap, inexpensive, because we don't have to pay retirement costs of a AI cop car. When it's done and it's outlived its usefulness, you recycle it and you make another one. And that's what we do. And that's what's going to end up happening. So while I don't want to see anybody replaced with AI, it's an inevitability. And to look at it as from a standpoint of, well, this cop car is going to enforce traffic law fair. How about we just don't have it? And then that you can save the money for A, a cop, and B, the AI, because we don't need that. Okay? What ends up happening is you have laws on the books that say, well, let's see. If there's an injured party and you're liable and you've also done something criminally, well, you're responsible to A, make reparations to the person, the injured party, but B, you're going to get slammed and slammed hard for violating somebody's rights and damaging their property. You're going to go to jail too. You start doing that a couple of times, and people will think twice about violating the law. But you don't need admiralty law to run amok that just gets taken advantage of, that just gets used to fund city coffers, that have totally become, it used to be, back in the old days, that was a deterrent when it first started. I'm sure it started with all the best intentions, all these traffic tickets and things like that. But over time, they've morphed into something that they are totally not supposed to be. And it is a way to tax the population through citation. And that is exactly what's going on. And they're just going to employ AI to do it for them instead of having to hire cops and then pay their retirement and all the overhead associated with it. Nope, we're just going to buy a freaking autonomous car that's going to do everything that they did, and they're going to bring us the money, and we don't have to pay your retirement. Okay? So be careful there, handmaidens of the powers that shouldn't be. Yes, I'm talking about you, police officers, law enforcement, all of you out there that are doing the bidding of Mordor. Please think about what you're doing and the threat to your longevity, because it's coming sooner rather than later. And if this article and others like it aren't enough to convince you, well then look no further to the burgeoning budgets and all of the talk within your city councils and your town hall meetings and all of this about unsustainability and about the need for cuts or tax increases and all that. The writing's on the wall. I'm Joe Joseph. This was thedailysheeple.com's News Shot. Feel free to comment below and visit our website at thedailysheeple.com. # wake the flock up. Have a great day, everybody.